Can I beat puzzles without shooters? I completed adventure mode last time, but puzzles took more than 2000 attempts.
First thing I noticed, there are no lawnmowers in puzzles. Vasebreaker. The level is the easiest. I just started from the right, grouped up them zombies, and my precious jumped and sat on them. Not once, not twice, but 5 times. This is where the easiness stops. To the left first, I scouted the level. There were 9 zombies. 8 without Jack cause he explodes, 3 walnuts and 2 potatoes. There's a lack of plants to use. So, I completed this one using 3 repeaters. I'll be coming back to optimize it, but for now let's move on. Third vase. There's 10 zombies, 2 hypnos, 3 walnuts, 2 squash. The problem lies in the fact that one of the zombies is a dancer. After a few tries, I found out that the dancer doesn't eat the first plant it touches, but straight up summons the backup guys. So I couldn't go for the hypno dancer. I looked for a bucket early, then hypnoed it, and slowly eat through the zombies on that lane. This backup dancer moved 1,000 miles to eat the hypno, and afterwards just danced to his demise. What? Such a moment did not arrive again for like an hour. So I used a repeater and decided to come back to it later. As Sanju says, know your enemy and the war is half won. It's just kind of sad that it took me 1 hour to know one of my 10 enemies. All good though. Chain reaction. 8 jacks, 8 zombies, one of them is a football, and 4 hypnoshroom. I saw this and was like, this doesn't seem that hard. I had football, kill like 3 normal zombies, so I'm left with 3 hypnos for 4 zombies. The only sad thing was that my zombie lost against its counterpart. I tested it and saw that it was a 50-50, or at least both outcomes were possible. When both the zombies are the same, but one is hypnoed and the other is not. A dozen or so tries later, that situation happened again. This time, my guy won. Yum is for medal. 1 jack, 14 zombie, 2 hypno, 4 squash, 3 pumpkin. I thought there was enough resource in this one. The speed of the football made it a bit annoying. Like I break a vase, it's a football, now I need to hurry. I break another vase, more football, and things are messy. Also, I thought squash does not jump when zombies are eating a pumpkin in front of it, cause that exactly happened earlier. Guess I was wrong. I used a new tech, wait for the jumps. Jumps is short for zombie if you're new to the stream. Then squash from inside the pumpkin. Did that once more and squash don't miss no more. Let's go to the next level. Wait, you haven't subscribed yet? Okay, now that you're subscribed, Scary Potter. Scout report, 2 squash. Anything else? 5 tall nuts and 4 torchwoods. Any more plants? No sir, rest are shooters. This is difficult. How many zombies? 14 zombies and a jack. What? You see, this level is mathematically possible, but the odds are as good as the odds of me finding a Valentine. So I tried for some time, but holy, it was overwhelming. And I mean very, very overwhelming. So I used 4 repeaters and decided to optimize it later, as I really wanted to scout the rest of the levels. Next is Hockey Pocky. 11 zombies, 3 squashes, 3 walnuts, and a lot of spike. And a side quest, which I pushed back for later. I used all that I was given. Spiky spike and squashy squash. Completed the second easiest level. Another chain reaction. Here we have squash instead of hypno, so even better. I didn't even scout the rest as there were 5 squashes. Now I only need to snap. Zack exploded, my guys, and squash behind the tall nuts also misses, obviously. So I placed the squash in front and that did the trick. Finally, we reach ace of vase. 1 wall potato, 5 squash, 1 lantern. Against 13 zombies, 1 jack, 1 gargantua. This did not scare me as our gauntlet is still there with wall potato. Patience is the key here to acquire max squash value. I did not show patience. And sometimes I was not in a state to exercise patience. Like, somebody tell me, how did the squash miss the sky? I did 2 lanes at the same time as I was not patient. Then a planton for grouping and info. The gargantua happened to be on that lane, and the rest is more patience, which I showed because I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. It's about time to optimize. To the left, Thorvis, Scary Potter, and Hockey Pokey with the quest. But before that, I finished iZombie. There are no shooting zombies in iZombie. I just first tried them all for the golden sunflower. While I was trying some minigames, something clicked in my brain. This garden rake, but I was unsure if it is present in the vasebreaker. So I bought a rake and went into the left. And lo and behold, it's present. This would have made other levels easier, but you know what? That's now a retroactive quest. Love that for me. My goal was to use 1 repeater only. So we needed empty 2 lanes with at most 1 zombie. That's gonna be wrecked. Okay, I'll stop for now. I brought it down to 2 in like a couple minutes. Then, about 100 attempts later, I think I hit the 1 in 10,000. It wasn't 1 in 10,000, but I didn't know that then. So we might come back to it again. 1 repeater to the left, done. Third vase. Felt difficult for a moment. Then I thought, can I kill the dancer with the rake? It took a few tries and luckily for me, it worked out. The dancer did not summon backup, and the rest of the things also happened to perfectly align. Rake has changed the game. It's Hockey Pokey time with quest. The quest was to not use a spike, and screw me, that turned into hardcore difficulty. We needed 2 empty lanes here as well. It was like, oh, you're 1 zombie off. Oh, 1 zombie off again. And I was trying and trying. Then there were 3 squashes. First one easy, but this guy was too quick for the squash. I was fully broken after that. And I came back after a break. After being a zombie off for an insane number of times, I had something light up. Like, I only play the level if there is either only 1 or greater than 4 zombies on the rake lane. This saved up many unlikely attempts from wasting my time. I was still off by a zombie multiple times, but it was more frequent. I wall nutted here so the zombies became a group. Then 4 zombies in the lane squashed. It was close, and this time I wall nutted there and boom! Hockey Pokey done in like only 500 attempts. Now you'd think it's time for Scary Potter, huh? But nah, we're going back to the left again. This level is more easier than Scary Potter. I tried for Scary if I'm able to beat it. After Hockey Pokey experience, I was very efficient. Break Bish, check zombie, restart. I broke so many faces that I even saw it in my dream. I stopped counting after 1500 or so attempts. First, I checked the rake lane. If there's 1 zombie, then we have 8 left. They need to be in 2 lanes. So at most, you can have 2 empty vases on a lane with a zombie. So if there is less than 3 zombies, I restart. I checked when there were 0, 5 and 4 zombies on the break lane. Do I see if I hit like a madman, and the rest of the zombies were all in 1 lane. There's not much else. It was pure grinding. Even seeing the end being 1 off was difficult.
1 million zillion jillion dillion cotillion times later.
A bucket zombie on the rake lane. Then 3 zombies on the top. So there is a chance, but 5 zombies have to be in only 1 lane. I broke the first vase. Nothing. Second, third, fourth, and holy, I'm panicking. A potato on top. Then the potato on top hit. The potato in the bottom has to do so as well. But it did not. I lost. But I had saved this state because I was scared. Then it didn't happen again, but 3rd time's a charm, and it happened. To the left without shooters. If you say that's cheesy, I don't mind. I'm a BTD6 player. This is normal to me. I just didn't get a black border on this one, which is completely fine. Okay, there's one thing left, Scary Potter. But this is where I don't think I can optimize it to perfection. Based on my rough solver calculator, to 100 times more attempts. I mean, possible, but no. So I decided to bring it as low as I can. I looked for one zombie on red, then squashed 5 on this lane, and I used 3-peater here, another squash to clear things up. Let the 3-peater kill the zombies, and this is the end. Is it possible to beat puzzles without shooters? Yes, in theory. Can I? No. I need one 3-peater, or you can forget about Scary Potter.